You would think these elite strikers got these low ratings because they were facing the best defenders in the world. Actually, when they got those ratings, they were facing a little boy who just turned 17. His name is Pau Cubarsi, and he's quickly gaining recognition all over the world. I mean, he just hit 1 million followers on Instagram. Some people even say he will be considered better than Sergio Ramos in 20 years. But is he really that good? Let's find out. First of all, who is he and where does he come from? Pau is just one of the latest products of a new golden generation of talents from the Barcelona Academy. He just started playing regularly in first team, together with other youngsters Lamine Yamal, Marc Guiu, Fermin Lopez, and a few more. As a little kid, he grew up in a little town with around 200 citizens only. He helped his dad in the 105-year-old carpentry company owned by the family. His dad actually lighted the passion for football inside of him. Cubarsi started playing football at a young age. His early start of the career wasn't in Barcelona though, as he was playing for Girona, but was eventually scouted and signed by Barcelona in 2018. Cubarsi went on to be a key player for both the Blaugrana and the Spanish national team academies. He played the Under-17 World Cup with Spain in 2022, and was the third youngest debutant of all time for Barcelona in the Youth League, behind Moriba, who was a huge prospect but didn't live up to the expectations. And Yamal? We all know how good Yamal is. After making quick progress, he had first team training in April 2023, and then eventually, Cubarsi was integrated into the first team at the start of this season. Then around the end of January, when Cubarsi was about to turn 17, Xavi decided to give him an early birthday present and made him have his first debut from the first minute against Real Betis. Are you wondering how it ended up going? Well, it was a wonderful debut. Barcelona won 4-2, and Cubarsi was the fourth player with the most ball touches. Everybody was surprised by how good he played at just 16. His teammate Koundé said he's really talented and he's marking the start of a new era, together with Yamal. Barcelona must continue building around the youth. At the time we're recording this video, he's played 13 games for Barcelona, improving game after game. As you probably understood by the comparison with Ramos we gave, he's a center back, but we'll actually review his technical and tactical abilities later in this video. For now, let's just understand more about his story. So going back to what we were saying before, we obviously know how much media likes to hype up every teenager that comes from the Barcelona Academy. As you're probably guessing, he's already getting compared to all of the greatest defenders ever, for example Ramos, as we told just a few seconds ago, but also other Barcelona legends like Koeman, Puyol, and Piqué. Sometimes media likes to exaggerate, but this time they might be right as the kid definitely has a big future ahead of him. After the game against Betis, he started playing more and more, and as a starter as well. Cubarsi also played in the second Champions League clash against Napoli. That game was supposed to be particularly hard for him. Why? He was facing Victor Osimhen, one of the deadliest strikers in Europe right now. A player with such high physical strength, but also pace, and an impeccable finishing ability. Nobody was expecting much from Cubarsi, but he ended up literally pocketing him, winning the MVP award for the game too. He made some mistakes in the game, for example, when he almost caused a penalty because of a foul on Osimhen, but it incredibly wasn't given by the referee. However, you can't really blame him. He's just 17, and he had a fantastic game overall against a really complicated opponent. Cubarsi won all of the tackles, duels, and aerial duels he engaged. He had 90% of passes completed and many other notable stats. This game even got him noticed by the Spanish national team, who called him up at just 17. Cubarsi also had another great game in the 3-0 win against Atletico Madrid. So that was his breakthrough, but what about the tactical aspect? What makes him that special? Pau can naturally play in all positions of the defense, but he shines more in the center back position. He is a complete, elegant, and dominant center back. He isn't a very tall player, but he isn't short either. He has a great jumping ability that allows him to win aerial duels. For example, as we just told you before, he won all aerial duels in the game against Napoli. Jumping ability is just one of the many traits that highlights his physical strength. He's a very athletic and powerful player, and he knows how to use his body strength at his own advantage to win duels. Other than strength, he also possesses a trait typical of all Barcelona youngsters. He's great and comfortable with the ball at his feet. In fact, he's able to calmly advance by carrying the ball slowly with confidence and composure. Also, before receiving the ball, he breaks away from opponents' pressure by changing and creating his angles with body orientation, which makes understanding where he goes hard to tell for his opponents. He also uses body feints and acceleration to break the final passing line. When defending, he maintains a disciplined stance and also covers the area precisely. If he's great defensively, it's not only because of his physical strength, but also because he has got a great anticipation game. Whenever he engages in a duel, he does it with perfect timing. And that's also because he's a smart player for such a young age. Some negative aspects? He's not fast in the first meters of runs, which might cause problems against elite strikers with great acceleration and short distances. But we have to say that he handled Osimhen really well in their 90-minute 1v1, so he's definitely improving under that aspect. Overall, he's definitely the most exciting prospect coming out of Barcelona Academy after Yamal. You definitely need to keep an eye on him, and if you like to know more about the next upcoming youngsters, we made a couple more videos like this about Roque and Maynard.